Hey everyone, my name is Cyrus. If you've been in my channel before, you know that I usually do like conspiracy theory type videos, cryptids, and stuff like that. I didn't plan on ever posting anything like this on my channel, but I have something to say. As an American, I have something to say. No matter your age, race, gender, occupation, religion, America is slowly caving in on itself. A lot of the issues that I'm going to bring up in this video are issues that have not only been just crazy recently, but also forever. I mean, in every history book that I've ever read about America, these are some issues that have been going on. I want you to just watch this whole video. I know it's going to be a little longer and it's going to be a little wordy, but it's a lot to say, and I think that it's very important that everyone hears it. So please, just with an open mind, with an open heart, please just watch the whole video. If you consider yourself a real American, then just think about these words for a couple of days before you comment. America was built on the notion of truly free land. We pledge our allegiance, we hold up our flags, and we curse anyone that doesn't believe that we are the land of the free and the home of the brave. With this in mind, take a hard look around. Look at social media. Look at the news. Look at discussions that people have on the train. Can you honestly say that you hold up the values that we as Americans pledge our allegiance to follow? Why have we fought so many wars for freedom only to succumb to racism and discrimination and hate? I, by no means, am trying to attack anyone. This is not directed at any specific person. This is what you find with research. This is what you come across if you truly use any of your brain power, okay? First, I would like to discuss the word snowflake. I will agree. Millennials, Gen Z, Gen X, snowflakes. Me? I'm 30. I was born in 94. I'm a millennial. I'm a snowflake. Millennials were one of the first generations to grow up with nearly free access to the internet. We were able to experience and understand different cultures, different religions, different experiences from all around the globe. It really just took dial-up and a quick AOL search. We were also able to see how other countries operate, research any topics that we want, and discuss the world with anyone, anywhere. This gave millennials a chance to acknowledge, accept, and celebrate other individuals from other countries. We started questioning the world around us because you gave us the tools to do so. We were able to look at history through the lens of other countries for the first time. Not what was just written in our history books. We were able to look through mounds of data and pick apart all of the information and history that we were previously given. Why? Again, because you guys gave us the power to do so. From the beginning of time, people have searched for the answers of all the world's questions. Using newly found data, the world evolved into what it is today. So I'm confused as to why everyone in my generation and older seems to be content. Why wouldn't we use the current information around us to continue to innovate, to build a future, become the America that was built on freedom? If being a snowflake is what it takes to make freedom ring, I'll accept it. No one should be condemned for caring for others, showing emotions, or getting passionate over political topics. Now you notice the quotations on political, right? That brings me to my next point. What I'm referring to are topics that really should never be up for debate. The very people that are reciting the pledge are the same ones that aren't protecting one nation with liberty and justice for all. This country has been a place that spits on the Constitution as it holds its hand over its heart for the pledge. As we get older, we're seeing other countries treat every single citizen with some sort of human decency. And what are we doing? We're standing behind the sham that's the American dream. And I know what some of you are saying. So go to that country. You know what? I shouldn't have to. This is America. America, where it's written in the Bill of Rights that I can praise whoever I want, vote for the leaders of my country, I can protest, I have the right to bear arms and be part of a militia, the right against unreasonable searches, right to trial, and no cruel or unusual punishments. We are not even in February, and I have already seen all of these just violated. It pisses me off, and honestly, it should piss you off too. The real American dream is being able to leave your house without ridicule for the color of your skin, if you have on religious garb, what color your hair is, who you're holding hands with. Are you kidding me? The real American dream is being able to support yourself with a single job, a house that you can live in, bills, food, car, insurance, phone bill, internet. You should be able to live comfortably off of one salary. The real American dream is being able to go to the doctor for a cold or go to the ER for a rash, or be able to just afford the medicine to live without even being in debt. The real American dream is the land of opportunity, where individualism is valued and there's equality for all. Charles de Gaulle, who was the leader of the Free French forces in World War II, patriotism is when the love of your own people come first. Nationalism, when hate for people other than your own comes first. Are we patriots? Or are we nationalists? At what point did American ideology go from protecting our rights to completely getting rid of them? Our forefathers sacrificed countless lives to gain independence from the English rule. During this time, the colonies united. They agreed upon a single statement: all men are equal. The foundation of this nation is built on those 5 words. All men are created equal. Where are all of my gun-toting patriots protecting all of these people who are just exercising their rights? Where are all the people that swore to protect and serve while the 14th Amendment is being knelt on? We would really like to know when America's leaders decided that they were no longer gonna hold up what our forefathers fought for. Since July 4th, 1776, we have been one nation, okay? Together. A unit. What happened? Back in 1620, the Pilgrims came here to exercise their right to religion. They were being persecuted for their religion. That's why they came here. Since settlers set foot on Cape Cod, this literally became the land to escape religious persecution. 156 years later, the Declaration of Independence is going to be signed, ensuring once again that all men are created equal. That much was clearly stated, knowing that there was Protestants, Jews, Catholics, and so many other religions across the colonies. The promise of religious freedom was later solidified in the Bill of Rights. Do you know who wrote the Declaration of Independence? It was actually a small committee of 5 guys, but the main guy who authored, because he had the prettiest handwriting apparently, was Thomas Jefferson. He based a lot of it off of Thomas Paine's pamphlet called Common Sense. The point was to escape Britain's tyranny. Jefferson took some words from John Locke. He stated life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness within the first couple of lines. I just want to be a bro and live my life. Why is that bothering people? It's hard when the media is literally training people to hate anyone in the LGBTQIA plus community. People of color, immigrants, and of course, people of different religions. A lot of the Declaration of Independence was actually based off ideas from the Enlightenment, which was a movement for social ideologies. They believed in science and values that would later be adopted for liberalism and socialism. The Enlightenment stood for separation of church and state. These ideas were also used when they were drafting the Constitution. I can agree that shortly after, a lot of debates and fighting started over land, religion, the treatment of people of color, and it's crazy that none of this has changed. After hundreds of years, there does not seem to be a solution in sight. Every day we stray further and further and further away from the America that we're supposed to be. Any religion that I have read or researched about has a common theme of love and acceptance. From the Holy Bible to the Quran, accepting people and not judging others is mentioned literally so many times. Hinduism has the 5 stages of love. Buddha has elements of love. Love is one of the 5 virtues in Sikhism. In the Bible, in Luke 6:37, it states, "Do not judge, and ye will not be judged. Do not condemn, and ye will not be condemned. Forgive, and you'll be forgiven." In the Pirkei Avot 2:4, it says, "Do not judge fellow man until you have reached his place." In the Quran, in Surah Al-Kahf, it's a story about not jumping to conclusions when you don't have the entire story. Every religion and every truly religious person just wants freedom to be who they want to be, to praise who they want. You don't have to be attacked by people that don't understand your religion while also not understanding their own religion. Are religious texts not enough for you? How about Abraham Lincoln? America will not be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedom, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Or, my favorite, from Pluto, the form of law at which I propose would be as follows. In a state at which is desirous of being saved from the greatest of all plagues, not faction, but rather distraction, there should exist among citizens neither extreme poverty nor excessive wealth, for both are productive of great evil. Because look at America. We are ran by the rich for the rich. Look at the first row of the inauguration. They had seats before the cabinet members. We know seating arrangements are important. Come on, they got the head table. America is in extreme poverty. 7 million people are unemployed. 770,000 people are homeless. And not a single state's minimum wage is enough for a single person to live off of. There's 355,000 children in foster care. 956 people were killed by cops last year. And we are the 16th out of 81 countries in science and only 34th in math. 1 in 6 women are sexually assaulted. Homicide is the leading cause of death. Every 11 minutes, someone dies from a firearm. An estimated 27 million people were trafficked last year. Nearly 60 million adults suffer from mental health issues, while 12.8 million people have suicidal thoughts. Are they seeking help? No, because only 10% of them are insured. Some have private insurance that doesn't even cover mental health. And 64% of adults that say they don't have insurance say they can't afford it. Why do we need to pass laws bringing down the prices of medicine? Medicine to live, medicine that's necessary, medicine that I can get from Canada for literally a quarter of the price. CEOs of the top 6 biggest healthcare companies in America make at least $16 million a year. The lowest paid person at United Healthcare Group makes approximately $11 an hour according to their Indeed profile. The CEO could pay for that person's rent for an entire year and still have $23 million left over. In fact, he could pay the rent for 44 of the lowest paid employees and still have 23 million and some change left over. Now let's just keep in mind that this man made just a little over 23 million in 2023. Almost everyone I know is living paycheck to paycheck. We're drowning. It doesn't matter how much I hustle. It doesn't matter how much I grind. I have a degree and I have literally never once used it for a job. Any job I can get for my base degree, I can literally use my years of retail experience and get paid more an hour folding some clothes. The next couple of subjects I'm going to go over have been researched for years and years by people who dedicate their entire lives to figuring out answers. And those people are scientists. I mean this in the most respectful way possible. Some people have seemed to forgotten that scientists dedicate their entire lives for the bettering of humanity, for the most part. It's crazy that you guys let Bill Nye teach all of us basic science, but the minute that he says that race is just based on predetermined genetics and the pigmentation in your skin or climate change, you turn a deaf ear like you didn't hear what he just said. Science can be linked back to ancient Egypt. It's the reason we have cars, the reason we have electricity, the reason we have heat, the reason we have bank accounts, the reason we have video games. It's how we have medicine. I mean, everything around you. It took some sort of science to figure it out. Because of scientists, we can flip a switch and our lights will come on. We can fly through the clouds. We can deep dive into the ocean. We can replace damaged organs with healthier organs. And we can harness natural energies to power entire countries. We have proven that innovation is the key to growth. We have the technology where basically the entire world could run just on natural energy. But do we? No, because the oil industry makes $20 to $30 million a year. By the way, if you work on an oil rig, which is arguably one of the most dangerous jobs in the world, you work 12 hours on, 12 hours off every single day for the entire time that you are there on the rig. They make about $70,000 a year. So doing a little bit of math, that means they make approximately $16 an hour. There are fires and explosions, there's heavy machinery, there's falling objects. Most likely you're offshore, so you're far away from actual medical attention in hospitals. Switching to solar energy as opposed to electricity would save the average person tens of thousands of dollars in the future. Gas and electricity is great and all, but it's time to go. We have discovered a cleaner, renewable, and cheaper way to light up the world. Imagine being the forefathers of a brighter future. So, why does anyone feel the need to put anyone down? Whether it be because of the color of their skin, or who they love, or what religion. I really don't want to be cliche, but we are all pink inside and we do all bleed the same color. It's cliche for a reason, guys. Every single person on this planet should be judged for what they can control and not for what they can't. I can't change the color of my skin. I can't change the fact that I don't believe in God. But you know what? I can be a good person. I can wake up every day and make good decisions. When did America turn a blind eye to justice? The same science that lets us travel through the stars is also the same science that says that homosexuality happens in over 1,500 species of animals. Know what that means? It's naturally occurring. A quote directly from the World Health Organization. Gender describes the characteristics of men and women that are largely socially created, while sex encompasses those that are biologically determined. Homosexuality and transgender people have literally been documented all through time. There's a lot of stories in ancient Egypt. There's a couple that I found from Greece/Rome, Africa, Canada, Asia, Australia, indigenous people. All have some stories of some sort of transgender or man in woman's clothing or woman in man's clothing or whatever, transgender people, okay? Beginning as early as the 1600s, transgender people have been documented more frequently. The first known gender reassignment surgery was actually here in America. It was in 1917 when Dr. Alan Hart underwent surgery to relieve some of his gender dysphoria. But people looking for gender reassignment surgery has literally been documented since as early as the 2nd century. I am not a scientist, but I know how to read. I know how to critically think. I looked at different resources from different countries, from different scientists, and researched by multiple people. All come to the same conclusion. Even if you don't agree with science, or you have some beef with some of these issues anyway, why does it matter? Why does it bother you if someone is black or gay or trans or whatever? It doesn't bother you. Just grow up. If you think people choose who they love, or that being transgender is a trend, it most likely doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. And it shouldn't be a topic that you need to discuss. Ephesians 4:32. Be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving in each other, just like God Christ forgave in you. If you don't agree with that, then how about Luke 6:35? But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting anything back. Then your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. But honestly, just have some sympathy. I want to stress to you that all the numbers I used in almost every statement I made is fact. And it has been proven by, again, people who spend their entire lives looking for the answers to questions. Some of the most intelligent people to ever live have backed up a lot of these claims. Ignoring evidence doesn't change facts, and you can't change facts to fit your ignorance. We may be younger, but we have all of the resources in the world, and we know how to use them. I've been using the internet since I was like 5. I know how to do anything. Soon we're gonna be the leaders of this nation, and we're entering it in shambles. Now, I have a question for you. Do you want to continue to be a part of the problem? Or do you want to let go of all of your hatred and help find a solution? If you watched this so far, I really just wanted to say thank you. It's honestly a weird / kind of scary time to live in America right now. And I've had a lot of these thoughts for a really long time, but honestly, I was too afraid to say anything. And I think people like me, there's been too many people like me. We all need to stand up. We need to use our voice. We need to be heard. We need to stand together. That is the only way we are going to fight this and survive this. Please, just take my words into consideration. Thank you.